Welcome to another exciting episode of the Esi Yankah Show, Africa's first bumps, babies, and toddler show. The show that gives you the best news, views, laughter, talks, and joy in parenting. Today I'm talking about great dads. What makes a great dad? I'm in my office right now, but I'm about to step out to speak to some dads who say they're the world's greatest dads. What really makes a great dad? Is your partner a great dad? Now I'll leave it for you to decide after the break. The Esi Yankah Show is proudly sponsored by
Casson's Baby, happiest baby, most reassured mom.
My first dad for today is Mr. Alain Biazo. Did I get it right? I got it right. He's the chairman of the Association of Young Entrepreneurs Ghana and the head of publications at Enjoy Magazine. Mr. Alain, you're welcome to the Esi Yankah Show.
Thank you.
Have you seen any of my shows?
Yes, you keep on reminding me every time on WhatsApp. So I try to do the little I could. It just falls on times when I'm in the office, but I still glimpse at it from time to time.
Okay. So far, do you think it helps you as a dad to become a better dad?
Yes, it's good because I think normally issues of parenting as a dad are not brought to the fore. So it's good to know that, well, what you're doing, you're not the only one doing them.
Yes.
Or there are other fathers, or if there are things you're not doing, that then you learn to do them. It's a good show. It's a good choice.
Thank you. My first question for you, well, for today, I would like to find out who would you say is a great dad?
Great dad, for me, relative. I think that a great dad is a mother.
Is a mother.
Is a mother. That's a great dad. Why a mother? Because mothers spend most of the times with their babies, the 9 months, and then after they are with. So if you want to be a great dad, then I think you have to put yourself
in the motherly role.
In the motherly role. Then you're a great dad. Because I understand too that it's not just about getting the money to pay for whatever. It's that bonding and that closeness that mothers have with their children. The father should be able to have that. Then you're a great dad.
Okay. Would you say you're a great dad?
I'm trying. My wife still wins, but on the scale of 1 to 10, I'm sure I'm at 6 or 7 now. I'm getting there. It's an everyday progress. So.
What makes you say you're getting there?
In the beginning, my child will spend more time with the mother. But now once I come home, she spends almost the rest of the time with me. If she's crying, she'll say she wants to see her daddy. So it means that obviously something is happening. Mommy is there, but daddy has a presence in her life. And that's I think is telling me I'm getting there.
When your wife was pregnant, were you there? What was your first reaction to her when she said she was pregnant?
It was for a man, I'd say it's joy first of all. Then for a male, it's calculations after.
Crunch time.
Yes, it's calculations after. What are you going to do? How do you want it done? Because I have always said that I want to have all my children outside the country.
Why?
It's just something, I'm the type of person I want to do what I wasn't giving. That's what I try to do for my kids.
Okay.
So I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. There are steps I want to take, till the time they grow or where they have to go to school, where they have to do what. So the first news was, I'm pregnant, great. Okay, now what are we doing? So that's what I mean. Then after it's calculations and stuff like that, yeah.
Okay. Were you helpful? How helpful were you when she was pregnant? Or you were busy, always at work?
I was at work most of the time, but I think my daughter was a good one, She didn't worry the mother too much. I've seen pregnancies where the hormones are totally out of scale and the mother could not do anything. But luckily, she was very calm till the very last day. So it was more like pampering the mother, taking her out, letting her know you are around and, and all that. I think and then helping to take off some of the pressures of her and all that. I think that's yes, I was around.
What would you say are some of the exceptional qualities that distinguishes dads?
I feel is not really a good quality but everybody assumes dads have to be the stronger of the two. And I don't like that. Then it means that if the child is wrong, it's the dad that has to do the spanking. And that creates all sorts of wrong
Then he
ideas.
can't cry.
And when it's Father's Day, dads don't get anything because they're spanking everybody. So I try to get my wife to do the spanking, but she doesn't want to. But we'll see when it gets there. But yeah, dad doesn't cry. Dad has to provide everything. If Camille is misbehaving, dad has to say stop. Mommy will not have to say that. But hey, it's good. It's also it's a part you play in her life, and we'll try to straighten her as much as we can.
What are some of the best moments you had with Mawena? I know you said she's an adorable kid. What are some of the best moments you've had with her?
I think she took off a little on my funny side,
She has a sense of humor.
Yeah, huge sense of humor. You can't get too angry with her. She just quickly,
Really?
and she rarely gets angry. Actually, she just
Happy go lucky.
So she throws something at you. She sees you upset. Says, "Oh, I'm sorry," stuff like that. And she's pretty smart for her age, and that's something that's pretty touchy because you explain to her, "Don't do this." Once, twice, and she knows she's not supposed to do that, But if you try to shout, don't do that, she doesn't understand why. You need to, at her age of 2, she already wants to dialogue. She wants to know why she didn't do this.
Why?
And once you explain to her,
She gets
it, she never does it again. So that's one thing. And funny moments would be when she tries to copy you.
Copy you.
Yeah, copy. I'm always on the phone. I have a ritual. When I get a call, I move up and I can't sit and receive a call. So I started realizing very early in her life that she takes a phone or any item, she puts it on her ear and she just goes up and down, babbling something. And it's funny to see yourself, a little bit of yourself.
Like the video you're showing me right
Yes,
now.
yes.
You were telling me about Macy's. You took her to Macy's. What happened?
One for Macy's where she loves shopping and she loves shoes. So we went, and after they had gone to do their whole shopping, I took her off to the Sean John end of the shop, and then there's this huge screen with Puff Daddy's music playing, and then she starts doing her dance, and before you know, everybody in the shop just came out.
Oh my
like,
God!
And the funny one is, after we left the shop, we were just walking down the road, and then you had people coming and say, "Hey, that's the dancing baby, that's the dancing baby." And it was funny because you didn't know there were so many people watching, and it's fun. She's free, she's pretty cool. I like her for that. She's pretty cool.
So you said what's her best position? You said she likes you to carry her around on your neck.
You have to carry her on my neck. She comes and says, "I want to sit on Daddy's neck." So it's a ritual. You want to go out with her. She gets down from the car. She wants to sit on Daddy's neck, because that's when she sees everything she wants to see, and you just move around with her, and it's a bonding moment because then it takes off a little weight from the mother.
And at least you can relax.
Nobody want to
Yes.
have their mom miscarry them, but then she's on Papa's neck, and then we walk around town.
That's nice. What would you say are your top 5 best daddy tips?
Top 5
from
best
your
daddy
experience,
tips from
yeah.
my experience. Spend time with your kids.
Spend time with your kids.
Read to them.
Read to them.
I took her to Lincoln. We were trying to get her enrolled. And then we took her into this classroom. She got there. And the first thing she took was a book and sat down and started going through.
Good.
And the teachers were like, "Whoa, that's because she started early." So get her to read. Talk to her in normal language. Not ba 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 boo boo boo.
Not like a baby, yeah.
Not like a baby, because then she learns the words quicker. Because at 2, she uses words that I'm surprised
Really?
about. Yes, because she would have heard you
use
use those
it.
same words, and you don't talk to her as a kid. And bond.
Wow, those are amazing kids. Would you say there's a standard way of raising up kids?
No. I think every kid, it's a new book, and you have to uncover the child from front to back. Because if you come stereotyped about kids being a certain way, you spoil your child.
And what are your last words for dads out there who are saying they're the best dads in the world, but you know you're the best dad in the world? So tell them what you have to say.
I'm number one dad.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. And then I watched the Esi Yankah Show. It's a great show. She has great personality.
Aww.
And it's fun.
Thank you so much. It's been nice meeting you.
Thank
and
you.
the whole Enjoy team.
Yes.
Exciting.
Exciting.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Dear moms, Casson's baby understands that no babies are alike, and so is their skin needs. Casson's baby's ranges are enriched with natural moisturizers and soft fragrance. Mild and gentle range nurtures and cares for baby's sensitive skin. Soft and smooth range keeps baby's skin soft and supple. Now, your baby feels so happy and pampered. Casson's baby, happiest baby, most reassured mom.
Trust is placing your complete confidence in someone special. Trust is relying on the integrity and ability of someone to help you meet your goals. Trust is having the assurance of a positive outcome. Trust is a true responsibility of care. Trust is giving something important to another for safekeeping. Trust is having the confidence to believe in a better future. A bank that earns your trust must be dedicated, vigilant, and resourceful. This is precisely what you will find at the Royal Bank. Professionals with experience to help you manage your financial affairs and make the most of your time and money. At the Royal Bank, we understand your trust isn't earned overnight. It is earned day after day. The Royal Bank. Real banking, real difference.
The Esi Yankah Show is proudly sponsored by
Casson's baby, happiest baby, most reassured mom.
Today I'm going around town talking to dads who say they're the best dads in the world. My second dad is Mr. Richard Abbey, who is Executive Director of Exodus Communications. Richard, you're welcome to the Esi Yankah Show.
Thank you very much, Esi. Nice to be on your show.
Thank you. Have you seen any episodes of my show?
Well, I have. I've watched it, some occasions, yeah.
And what has your opinion been?
Well, it's an interesting time that we need to know some of the best dads, and then, of course, including myself, which I am proving now. So I think that is an interesting show that we get to know exactly what goes on in the family and all that, yeah. So that's a nice one you have there. So kudos.
Thank you. What would you say, my first question to you, what would you say is a great dad?
Well, a great dad, it's someone that must actually have time for his family. I mean, what I mean is that because I think that you need to have time, and then you need to also be able to provide the basic things that are in the family and all that, and make your child very happy and your wife as well. Irrespective of the businesses that we do here and all that, we should still have time for the family. For me, that's a great dad. Yeah.
Would you say you're a great dad?
Yes. I am a great dad, of course. I mean, you should see that. Because I have spent time with my family in most cases, and anytime I think that is off business times, I take them out. I try to make sure they are very happy. If it's some pizza or some place sit out and all that, we do that.
What was your first reaction when your wife said, "I'm pregnant"?
Well, it was a happy moment because the thing is, I just asked myself, am I going to be a dad? Because, before marriage, I asked myself, am I going to marry and become a father and give birth? That's what I was asking myself, at the point when I went to the altar. But then, so suddenly after that, my wife tells me, in a month or two, and we check it out, and it's he's pregnant. And I was so happy about it. But I was not waiting for the experience of being pregnant for 9 months, and then how it's going to play around with, how we're going to play around with that and all that. So I was very happy, to have heard that my wife was pregnant. Not every person have the opportunity to hear the wife saying, I'm pregnant. So when you hear such a news, you should be happy that there's some embryo somewhere.
Were you helpful during her pregnancy? How helpful were you?
Yes, but there are difficult times anyway. But I was, because I had to be in the kitchen. You know, I'm a very good cook. So I was helpful in the kitchen, and then I was sweeping, because sometimes she cannot bend down and all that. So I have to take care of the room cleaning and all that. And so I would say I'm helpful. And when I come in the evening, because he's been stressful and all that, if I have to serve her, I do. Sometimes I have to do that, yeah. But she was not too weak to the extent that she couldn't do other things. So we're, as it were, hand in hand doing things at some point. I mean, where she realized I don't have much strength today, she helped me with it and all that, yeah.
But let me ask you, on the day of delivery, you have 2 kids.
Yes.
For your first baby, were you there?
Yes, I was pushing. No, you see, the thing is that so unconsciously you'll be pushing, because my wife starts saying certain things that I cannot even understand. She say, honey, and I was like, okay, I have to be saying some kind of words of encouragement. And I was pushing the metal, but I thought I was the one giving birth. I mean, so it's a good experience. I was inside, I saw the baby come out, and somebody, I promised that I would buy her a goat, full one. Yes, and I did buy a goat for the bearded type. So you know, we have in the Ghana customary tradition, we have something we call Sunday Shishi, and then the 1 week you have something we call Ochiwo. Ochiwo means that you after the birth you have to be able to do some, if it's a full fowl. But I jumped over and I said, honey, I'm going to give you a goat, so please do. And then right after some minutes, I'm sure she likes goat, so the child had to come in and all that. So it was an experience, seeing a child and looking how wonderful God is, and then coming out. Yes, and I was there the second time too. Yes, because I want to see it for myself. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's when you begin to value your wife. That you understand that irrespective of some of the petty things your wife will be doing in the house, but when it comes to delivery for 9 months, keeping that baby and struggling to bring that out, I mean, people can go crazy on that bed. Seriously, people can just go nuts. But then, if you are there with your wife, you get to know that it's not an easy kind of thing to come. Because I believe that when God had said that you will go through pain, I mean, when you're giving birth. And he said, we will till the land. So even though we are tilling the land, yes, at that point, it's a stream, seriously. I mean, it's a stream. It's a stream, because sometimes she has to be saying certain things that I don't even understand, because she's telling me, oh, yeah, I'll do it, I'll do it, I say, honey, do it. This one, I was quoting scriptures. You know, before I give birth to a child, before the delivery, I've already named the child already. So
really?
The second one is called Governor. Yeah, the first one is called Shida. So Shida is like Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But the second one is Governor, because I feel it will rule some time to come. Yeah. So I actually started mentioning the name. I started talking about scripture and all that with my wife. My wife was, oh, I'm helpless. I said, no, don't worry. So by the time we have quoted some small scriptures and all that, Charlie, by His grace, the baby came out. And, yeah.
That's nice.
So it's an experience to be in the labor ward. Every man must be in the labor ward. Don't hide and run, and then after the delivery you come and give thanks and say, and if you don't buy goods, maybe you have to buy a car.
So when your child was born, when your child was brought home, were you involved in taking care of the child?
Well, in terms of bathing the child, it was a difficult thing. So, I mean, the mother, that's my in-law, was doing that basically. But I was involved in terms of who could bring a napkin. In fact, I have not been able to learn how to change the diaper yet. It's something I want to practice. Because you know, so that when you change the way the baby moving, by the time you would have scattered the whole bed, and then, so I was helping with bring napkin, do hot water and all that, and I had to do all those things. And then at times I will be told I have to bring spoon and to feed, or maybe to give the baby some medicine at the point, if it's gripe water or not. So I was helpful in that area. Yeah, that's where I have been helpful. And I make sure that when I come, I spend time. Even with the mother, I go down there every evening after work, see my child, and then smile and then say something to him. Now, I believe children hear, so even right away in the womb, I speak to my child. And I determine what he must be by some spiritual balance. When I speak spiritual balance, I'm talking of, in the area of God and all that. I try to show and tell him that this is what you must be, and so I speak to him. So when he comes out as well, anytime I visit him, I speak into his mind. And and then I begin to talk to him, and I believe he listens as well. So that's what I do to my child when I go in the evenings, and then from there I go back home. So sometimes I get home like 10, 11. And then early morning I have to come back. I stay at Kaswa, so it's quite far. But You go to Atiku, see them, and then move to Castle and come back early in the morning. Yeah. So it's a beautiful experience.
What qualities? I mean, for you saying this, it seems you're an exceptional dad.
Yeah.
What qualities do you have that you think makes you exceptional from other dads?
Yeah, well, my quality, because I speak to my children on phone as well. Like my first boy cannot say much on the phone, but at least we speak. I say hello, how are you? He'll be rattling his old tongues. But then at least I make sure that I try to speak with him. I mean, in a day, even if I'm at work, I'll try to find out how is he doing, and then we speak. And then also, well, I'm taking care of him. I said that we didn't get the best kind of care when we were growing. I mean, we were sitting in the sand and all that, eating the sand and stuff like that. Now I barefoot toys and other things so children can be playing. So I buy all the toys that I have to buy for my son. I bought him a car on his birthday, very big one. I got him all the walkers. I got him everything that he needs as a child to grow. So that tells you that I'm exceptional because I'm buying things that he needs. Not only when he wants to walk and I'll buy those things for him alone, but I make sure that it got to a point when he needed a car, he needed a football. I did that for him as well. So I am an exceptional dad.
What would you say are the 5 best qualities of a great dad?
Well, best qualities is be as in time. I mean, giving time to your child and all that. Now, providing basic things that are needed for your child. Let's say toys and other things that you have to do as well. Now, you must also be very caring and loving, so that when a child comes to you and says something, do not just be shouting him at that very early age, because he begins to learn. So you listen to your child, and that's what I try to do. And the father must also be able to read certain signs from the child. At the time when you have a stomach ache or the head is aching, you should be able to read from the child. And you should be happy. I mean, you should live happily with your family and all that, and forget about trying to create troubles all the time in front of the child. Even if you have any problem with your wife, that should be done exclusively in the room. Do not let the child see it. They grow to keep these things, and because every child has different temperaments. Some may be phlegmatic, and they can keep these things in their mind very well till they grow. So for me, that's basically for an exceptional dad. Yeah, that's it.
What are some of the best moments you had? You think you had with your kid?
Best moments is like. Is when I go home and I see my when I go home and I see my child, it's like start running to me and want to jump over me, and then we start doing some dance. Seriously, the time I saw that he was able to dance, that I was surprised. And I like, I am naturally sanguine, and I think my child is taking the same thing. So we seem to really connect more, and then because I like dancing as well. It's my hobby anyway, and so so we do a lot of dances. So it's when the moment is when we come and we start doing our dances, and the mother will just be watching or be laughing. That is one of my best moments with my child. Anytime we won't have to be doing some dance.
Okay, let me ask you. Since you have 2 kids now, I know the younger one, you're having so much fun with the younger one, and then there's a new one. How are you able to, is there any jealousy amongst them? How are you able to share the love?
Yeah, young. I mean, the thing is that the jealousy being started right away from the 7th month of the pregnancy, and that's like a syndrome. My son will not sleep, and will try to wake up my wife and all that, and trying to cling to my wife. Now hitting the stomach, hitting it severally and all that, trying to a whole lot of things. And on the day of delivery, actually, it has to be carried at the back for like 2-3 hours.
Are you serious?
Yes, before, because I think he got to know. So that was the day they were going to bring governor, and he said governor is coming to rule. So the gentleman doesn't understand why we should bring governor. He comes in 2-3 days. You have to breastfeed this guy. This guy woke up in the midnight. Now seized the breast, held it like this. And then realized that governor was crying when the mother too had been tired. So the mother was like quiet. Meanwhile, he had seized the breast. When he realized governor was crying, he got angry, went to governor, trying to drag governor from the bed.
Serious?
Trying to drag him from the bed. Because don't you know that the woman is worried? I'm trying to lock you not to drink the breast. You are also crying. And that's what really happened. I'm telling you, strangely.
That's really exceptional. What advice would you give to dads out there who say they are the greatest dad? I know you will say you're the greatest dad ever. What would you tell them?
Yeah, because I've proved it that I'm the greatest, because I think that I go out a lot with my son and all that, and I don't say I'm so busy to the extent I cannot take him to certain places. I believe that he likes going outside because the compound is self-compound in such a way he doesn't see outside. So anytime he sees outside the gate, is a happy person. So advice I'll give to the dads out there.
Look out there and tell them.
Okay, dads. It's great to be a dad. I just want to say have time for your kids. Now, make sure that you do not really shout on your kids at the moment because they learn these things. There's a psychological background to the whole thing. When you're training a child from the beginning, do the good things that he can see. If you have a quarrel with your wife, I say do it exclusively inside and then solve that problem. Now, let a child feel very good as it's growing and let him be a very happy person. Anytime he sees you, he should not rather see kind of fear, but he should feel like coming closer to you and learning from you as well. And, well, you're busy, you're doing your work, but you cannot leave your family. My name is Richard Abe Jr. and the greatest dad of all times. Keep watching the Esi Yankah Show.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah. Sharp. Thank you very much.
It's been exciting talking to Richard Abe. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Dear moms, Cassin's baby understands that no babies are alike and so is their skin needs. Cassin's baby's ranges are enriched with natural moisturizers and soft fragrance. Mild and gentle range nurtures and cares for baby's sensitive skin. Soft and smooth range keeps baby's skin soft and supple. Now, your baby feels so happy and pampered. Cassin's baby, happiest baby, most reassured mom.
Trust is placing your complete confidence in someone special. Trust is relying on the integrity and ability of someone to help you meet your goals. Trust is having the assurance of a positive outcome. Trust is a true responsibility of care. Trust is giving something important to another for safekeeping. Trust is having the confidence to believe in a better future. A bank that earns your trust must be dedicated, vigilant, and resourceful. This is precisely what you will find at the Royal Bank. Professionals with experience to help you manage your financial affairs and make the most of your time and money. At the Royal Bank, we understand your trust isn't earned overnight. It is earned day after day. The Royal Bank. Real banking, real difference.
Wow, I've had a great time out today. The three things that stood out talking to these great dads, Alain and Richard, were time, communication, and attention. Make time, make sure you're communicating well, and you're giving them all the attention and love. That is what makes a great dad. Are you a great dad? If you say you're a great dad, get on my Facebook page right now, facebook.com/Esi Yankah Show, and share with me pictures of you having so much fun with your kids and tell me why you're the world's greatest dad. And I'll make sure I share your picture on one of my shows and choose the best dad for 2013. If you've missed any episodes, go on my website, www.esiyankah.com. You can watch all the past episodes on there, online, available now to you. If you have a story you want to share with me, any great story, amazing story about pregnancy, babies, toddlers, call me on the number below, 020-332-5043. I would love to hear from you. If you have all your questions, comments, whatever you have, send it to me. See you next week on Africa's First Bumps, Babies, and Toddlers Show. Same time next week on the Esi Yankah Show. See you. The Esi Yankah Show is proudly sponsored by
Cassin's baby, happiest baby, most reassured mom.